I am Melisa Nielsen with Waldorf Essentials. I know that today's topic about like looking forward to summer is kind of a weird topic. Weird in the respect that people go, well, I don't want to plan out my summer. But I think that it's a smart idea to think about your summer and to think about what you have coming ahead of you and to really think about sort of what you want to accomplish during the summer. And really, I'm talking mostly to Americans because we tend to have a much longer break than everybody else. We have generally June, July, August, and some kids go back in a public school setting. They'll go back the last couple of weeks of August. Some kids go back as early as like August 15th. We usually don't start until September. But in general, I don't like fully like get going with the New Year's work until September, and sometimes it's later in September. I do not subscribe to the whole like first day of pictures things on Facebook because I think that stresses a lot of people out, and so we just tend to very much ease into things and then kind of get going from there. Really want you to think about what you're doing in the summer. So when I think about planning summer, I'm not saying that you're planning lessons every day, although I do some lesson content through the summer. I do generally tend to save, especially in the older grades, where you have some blocks that maybe really lend themselves to being outside more, especially the like I would say in fourth grade, let's start back. In third grade, you could look at some farming blocks in the summer. You could look at, in fourth grade, you could look at some man and animal blocks and some local history blocks in the summer. Fifth grade, definitely your botany stuff can be more in the summer. When we did live in Idaho and Utah, it was really hard to do those botany blocks in any other season besides maybe fall, where we're harvesting, and early summer, where you're planting. And so I sort of got used to being able to pull some blocks in because you really want to be able to experience the the blocks fully. I think that one of my favorite schools to visit is the Sacramento Waldorf School, and it is kind of a flagship school for Waldorf, and they have this amazing garden and farming area, and so it's like this total dream space to be able to do those blocks in. And so I always have tried to really you can't recreate it, obviously you can do some of it, but I've always tried to really be able to make sure that my kids were able to get the hands-on that they needed, even though there's sort of this joke that I kill plants. I just do. I can raise children, but plants and me are not friends. And so every year we try. We try again, and it's the act of trying and understanding and learning about the process that's really what those lessons are about. And so I would really think about if you've got a fifth grader coming up or you're in fifth grade and you're trying to think about how to get some of those blocks in and you've still got frozen ground, well, consider moving some of those to the summertime. I think that it's a good time, even for some of those physics blocks in sixth grade, it's a great time to sort of shift some of them to summer. So I mean, the great thing is if you're using our curriculum that's planned out, you're using, whoever's curriculum you're using or writing your own, when you look at where those blocks are placed, you can always move them around. I mean, that's the beauty of homeschool. And so you can always sort of move them to where you need them to be. And I think that that's super helpful. So with regards to putting lessons in the summer, that's sort of what I do. I also, I have a 17-year-old that would like to graduate in December, right before her 18th birthday. So we're going to be pushing through and doing some work with her in the summer, just so that I feel like that we're giving her the best start. And then she's going to take some classes starting in January, I think, at the community college. But so if you have to look at the kids that you've got and sort of what it is that you want to accomplish. And so when I say plan, that's sort of what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that you decide, you look at your family and you go, what is it that I want to accomplish? What is it that I'd like to see happen over the summer? Summer should very much be a breathing out. You should be able to do your vacationing, have your fun. We spend almost every day at the beach during the summer here. And we really tend to have a crazy amount of fun, but we also tend to pull in some learning opportunities and experiences. So I want you to be able to think about that. Also, the other thing about summer is you really want to do some sort of planning, because if your rhythm is completely gone in the summer, it's so much harder to get back going again come the fall. And so, I always keep a base rhythm in the summer, and it's harder. A lot of moms say, but man, it's light outside until almost 10 o'clock. How do you get your kids to go to bed? I've always trained them to go to bed. It does not matter if it's light outside. And so, we work to make the room as dark as we can. I still do all of the same nighttime rituals that I do the rest of the year. It's just it's so light outside, and they know that that's happening, and that we're still going to bed. There are times when we might stay up later, but in general we keep the same rhythm going, because they need their sleep in the summer just as much as they do in the rest of the rest of the season. So I really work to keep that sort of going when it comes to those summer months when we have such a break. As they get older, they're wanting to spend more friend time, so definitely are scheduling in more friend time for the summer, but we're still keeping our rhythm, and still keeping that base of rising and sleeping times are the same, meal times are the same. So if you can keep that base rhythm piece there, then when it comes to what do I fill the school time with, I still have my kids read, even if they're not doing main lesson blocks in the summer. They're still reading. Most libraries have a summer reading program. And in our house, I kind of think the summer reading program at the library is kind of lame. So I'll take their program and I'll replace their little prizes with stuff that we want to do instead. And so we definitely participate in some kind of summer reading program, something that they're doing where they've got some goals. And I think that's a lot of fun for them, especially if you've got new readers that can do that for the first time. And I even allow the little ones to do it as far as different books that we read to them. So, I definitely look at what things can be accomplished over the summer, because like I said, you really want to be careful to not be having your butt kicked then come fall. I'm always trying to really look ahead in my rhythm and look ahead and stay focused for what it is that we want to do overall, and sort of what our bigger picture is. And it really helps, especially if you're doing our planning for Peace Journal, and even if you're not, to do a year-end evaluation, be prompted to be doing things. And some of those things are evaluations of how the year has gone, so that you're looking forward to next year. And I think those evaluations are super important. So, you want to take those evaluations into account then when you're doing your planning. And I think that that's a really good way to really look at the big picture, is to look at those evaluations and see how far you've come. And, when we're homeschooling, especially with Waldorf, I think it's really hard for you to be able to know, really understand the progress of your child unless you're doing evaluations. And so you're doing that evaluation at the beginning of the year. Where are they? What did we not accomplish last year? What do I want to accomplish this year? And where were we maybe at the beginning of summer versus where we are now? Because you can fill in a lot of skills over the summer. You can take a child that's not reading very well and get them reading really well by fall. You can really work on those sorts of things. You can work on writing over the summer, and math over the summer if you've got some struggles there, and really you're working to get things fluent and smooth, and make your work then in the fall easier. And that's the way I frame it for my kids. you have to read every single day in order to keep those skills up when they're starting. And I mean, like every single day, no days off. And so when the summer comes, it's really tempting to just breathe out and not think about anything. And I'm telling you, if you don't want to have your butt kicked in the fall, you want to make sure that you are spending some time doing the reading over the summer, like every single day. And so, go to the library and find some books that are interesting to your child, and really spend the time to sort of build those skills up if that's where you are. So through the summer, we're going to be singing songs. We're still going to be looking at books. So I think that's it. If you guys have any other questions, please feel free to drop them in the content box or in the comment box. If you are watching this on the download and you have questions, please, you're welcome to message me. You can always get me at melisa@waldorfessentials.com. If you have any other questions, feel free to email us or catch me here on Facebook. So anyway, I hope you guys have a wonderful week, and we will see you next week.